Alright folks, Bubba here again. I've been working on a sheath for, I don't know, a lot longer than I should have been working on it, but it wasn't pressing to get it out. Wasn't like needed right now, doing a barter for a guy, and the whole time I've been making it, I've been recording it and doing a little bit here, a little bit there. But I've got a good bit of video, and I'm going to go ahead and upload, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of it or so. So this might be a 2 or 3 part series of this leather sheath I'm making. So I was just going to give y'all a little intro to this crazy sheath I've been trying to figure out how to do. I'm not sure if it's the best idea I've ever had, but it's a cool idea. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. It's going to do the job, I can guarantee you that. Whether he likes it or y'all like it or not, I'm not sure, but it's different. It's different. So y'all stay tuned, check out this, and tell me what y'all think about this video. Thank y'all. Alright, this is it. This is the handle, and this thing flips up. And you can attach all these different knife blades to it. So that's the deal. 4 blades. It was 3, but I kind of made this one myself. I have another knife system similar to this. This part was just different, so I ground this out so we could have this one in there as well. But they all came in this thing. They all just kind of flipped right into there. Let's see if I can open this. Everything just shoved right into that single little pouch right there. Can y'all see that? Yeah, see? And has a little belt thing on the back, but it's all real cheap, real crap. And the guy didn't like it. He didn't like the fact that all his blades were in the same pouch. He didn't like the fact that it was made out of this flimsy junk. And he knew I did sheaths, so he asked me, you know, barter some work, make me a sheath. I said, all right. So now I'm actually working on it, and I'm not quite done cutting everything or figuring everything out, but I'll show you. What I did is I took a piece of leather, about the same thickness, but I made it a little bit thicker, of course. Did like that. Made it thicker, opened the top piece and folded it out, and I made it about that much longer than it originally was. And I stuck the 2 bigger blades in first. Got me a general idea of what I wanted. That's going to sit down in there. I made it bigger than this right here. This red line, just a quick scratch draw. I shouldn't have used Sharpie either, but I did. And same thing with this. This one's going to go down. And hopefully, with the way I made it, see the red line right here? The red line is going to be where the next layer of leather goes. And I'm going to try to make my welt so that these, when they're in here, of course this is going to be a snugger fit right here. So that these are the same height here and here. Then I'll give you an idea of what we're going to do before I actually do it. We're going to take another piece of leather. Well, I kind of started doing the welt. That's going to go like that. And then we're going to take another piece of leather. And we're going to stick over it, like this right here. And basically just copy it with these 2 blades. Oh, come on. Like this. Like this. And then we're going to put the top layer on. I don't have that piece of leather yet. Like that, so that when you open this thing, like this, you're going to have these 2 knives here, and these 2 blades there. And then this, I'm going to have a thinner piece of leather that's going to go on top of that I'm going to form around this handle so that it'll slide down in there and fit tight. So that's the game plan. Still working on it, still getting to it. So let me go put that up there where it belongs. But that's too high. So you're going to have an idea of what I'm working on. Alright. Alright, what Mr. Ben's doing is he's working in the dye on the back of the belt strap, because I don't want it to be that color. I want it to be dyed as well. And then we got a couple pieces and then the back that we're going to dye. And we decided on, what was that, acorn brown, Mr. Ben?
Acorn.
Acorn is what we decided on. So when you're working the suede side, it's not as important to pay much attention, I guess you could say, to the detail, because it's going to soak in however it's going to soak in on the suede. When you get to the actual other sides, you want to not cake it up. You want to blend it out beautifully and put it on there, rub it in circular motions, which we'll show you in just a second. Alright folks, something else I forgot to mention that we hadn't done yet. Gloves. You might want to throw some gloves on. He's going to start this side now. Whichever you prefer. See how he works that in circular motions? Keep it going. It's going to be real pretty. Try to keep it as even as you can keep it. Don't let the cloths get too big in the same place everywhere. And you can use a dauber. I just happen to have daubers, or you can get the pieces of, was that like sheep wool or whatever that stuff is from Hobby Lobby. Most everything you need to work leather, at least a base, you know, a beginner, bleh, you can get from Hobby Lobby. So, he's just going to keep working all this in. He's going to do all of them. That is a very nice circular motion, Mr. Ben.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is actually therapeutic, guys. Just need y'all to understand that. It's really cool.
Yeah, we'll be right back, y'all. I just kind of zoned out with the thing still running. Alright, now we've done the dyeing of everything. And now we're going to put on this Super Sheen EcoFlow. Not sponsored. We're going to use a dauber. We're going to apply the Eco Sheen thoroughly and generously. And then wipe it off with a dry cloth. What the Eco Sheen does is it helps seal it, water protect it, and all that good stuff. And just make it overall finished. So we're going to apply this generously to everything. Work it in real good. Can't use too much. It don't matter. It's just going to float around. As soon as we work it in, we're going to wipe it off with a dry towel that we already have set up. Now, it says on the bottle not to do the suede side. I do the suede side. Other people do the suede side. I suggest doing the suede side. And that is all. We shall get back to you when this is done, once he wipes this off. Now, this will change your color a little bit. Go ahead and wipe, Mr. Ben. Let him see. It will change the color a little bit. It'll maybe lighten it up a little bit. Now, you'll notice that ours ain't all the even color, and that is done intentionally. We kind of made a burl pattern on all of it, so it looks like a burl, a wood burl. And that was intentional. But when you wipe with the Eco Sheen off, you can lose a little bit of color if it's not completely dry. But don't fret, just keep on going and get it all done. Alright, we'll be back. And the more you buff it after you Super Sheen it or whatever, the more sheen, it'll actually get a better shiny finish to it. So, 'tis your choice, or you can leave it so it's a little bit more matte. He wants it shiny, so he's keeping going. What we're going to do now is we're going to attach this strap, folds once here, to this. To use it, you got to put it on first, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get to the snaps once you start layering it. And I'm going to go ahead and give credit to old Matthew Gillenwater over there at Self-Reliance Leather for that pattern. Yes, I'm borrowing it. I like it. Modified it slightly, but it's your idea. Sorry. And we're going to put that on first, and we're going to use some regular snap studs to put it together. But like I said, you've got to put that on first, because once you put the other layers and the welts in there, you're not going to be able to get back to it to attach it. So we're going to put that on first. I'm going to get the hardware together, and we'll show you how we do that. Alright. We're going to put it on like this way first, put these four on, then we're going to flip it and put those four on. But right now he's going to use these studs and those caps And he's going to go ahead and put the studs and the caps on, and then we're going to set them with the setter. So I'm going to let you go ahead and see that. You can put all of them in and then beat them down, because those lids, those snaps, they kind of clip on just a little bit. And the gloves are getting in the way. Serious now, the gloves are coming off.
Absolutely.
Oops, that was a bad angle. Let's try and get a better one, got a worse one. Y'all see what he's doing there? Puts the stud on and then pops the cap on. The cap will stay until you set it, as long as you're not doing nothing too vigorous. Alright, now we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and set those. I got a little set here for the flat side, and on this set right here has a little dome thing, so he's going to line those up. I don't have a press. That one needs to be on the flat, because we're going to stick it the flat on top of that, and then we're going to hit them. Yep, line up one, whichever one you line up, and hold that right there, and then tap it with your mallet. Whoop. Alright, and then go to the next one if it feels pretty tight to you. If it's set good, feels good. Sometimes the caps will get kind of flat, but it's alright. Just try to keep them straight so you don't dent them too bad, and you'll be alright. And they don't usually take a whole lot. Line up the next one and go on to the next one. Now they make a cool little press that you can use that does it all pretty easy. I don't have the money to buy one of those quite yet, but if you get one of those and you use the sets on it, make sure you use the proper sets to squeeze these things with. Otherwise you can make them pretty ugly. Don't be afraid to hit them pretty hard. It ain't going to kill them. You like them? They look tight. Wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle the actual piece. Make sure everything's on good. Pretty tight?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. And now we're going to fold it over, like he was just doing. And then stick the next four in and do the same exact thing. Repeat it. We'll go ahead and do that, and we'll be back in just a minute.